Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and nothing really much to report today. Everything's pretty much on track. We're pushing a little bit higher in most cases, so let's dive in and have a look. So with the DAX here, we're looking at a bigger, uglier triangle pattern occurring here in terms of wave 3 here. An A and a B and a C and a D and an E wave for wave 4, and then pushing up from there. There is a possibility that wave 4 can be in place here. I won't know that until we've finished a lot more of this particular structure here, but it shouldn't throw us out as well. I should be able to catch that pretty quickly. So our main thing today is to really just look at this wave A here. Now with wave A here, wave A in Elliott can be in 3 waves or 5 waves here, and I'm assuming it's going to be 5 waves here because the waves, we've got wave 1 and 2 here. The wave 3 here is long and strong like a wave 3 should be. So if it was an A and a B and a C up here to make wave A, then wave A and wave C would have some sort of relationship in terms of equality, but this move up through here is really quite strong, so it makes it pretty much in wave a third wave here that's unfinished. But I've still got this labeled here as an A and a B and a C, but I still want to leave it there until it's until we don't need it anymore in a way. Perhaps we don't need it now, but still I just want to look at it like this, but also too we'll be looking at it in 5 waves. But while we're on the 4-hour chart here, in blue here we've got wave C here of C, and then we've got an A and a B and a C wave here for wave D. And yeah, so let's dive in and have a look at this structure here a little closer on the 1-hour chart here. So what we could do on the 1-hour chart is we can remove, I'll move these out of the way here, this A, B and C wave here. We'll move them further out of the way, and we don't need that. In fact, we can just delete that, but we will need this A, B, C here for the B wave, because B waves are always in 3 waves, so that's there. Don't need that. We'll just move these out of the way here for the time being. Just your average bloke that's a little bit messy. So here we're really looking at from this low here. We'd look at this here. We can copy, whoops-a-daisy, copy that, and we'll put that in there. So we're seeing it sit really snug on that upper trend line there. And as I probably mentioned before, that when you've got a trend channel and the market moves up through the trend channel here, that indicates that you're in a third wave at that point, taking out that trend channel here. So yeah, so from wave 2 here to wave 3 here, we're looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 5 little waves up here to make wave 3, this to make wave 4, and then up to make wave 5 of 3 here, and then wave 4, and then wave 5. Now, a couple of things here we need to talk about. So this, remove this here, and this here, and this here. I mean, if I was eyeballing this just straight up here, I would consider this wave 4 being in play here, and that certainly may be the case here as well. But I just need to follow what I've been doing here for the time being. You know, I've put a bit of detailed work into this, so I kind of think that I'm on the right track here. So from here we should see in the next session we should see this push up here in 5 waves just above here. I don't know how quite high it will go because 5 is a strong number and it will pull that on that market. But if that, look for the 5 waves, and then we'll look at this here as an A and a B and a C wave pulling back to this wave 4, and then we should see another 5 waves push up a little bit higher, then an A and a B and a C back for this one here as well, and then pushing up higher still. So really the only mistake that probably 228's a nice number to have this done and dusted at, and also too this number here, so the Fibonacci numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. And halfway between 8 and 5 here is the 12,650 here. So this will be an important number here, okay? So yes, 600 is important, 700 is important, but at the end of the day, this one would trump 600 and 700, the 650 there. Odd, yes, I know, but true. So this is the pattern. So the only mistake that I can make with this one here is that this wave 4 is sitting here, and I'll get to that, and I'll go back over all of this here. I'll pull it apart in detail and have a bit of a look at it. We're long at the moment, so we can pull this stop up into this area through here. And let's just, so we're at break even with this. If you wanted to trade long again here, then taking out that high here or finding support on that level of 400 there would be the catalyst to go up there. And also too, you would want to take some profit at the 500 there as well if you're trading shorter term. As such, if you're trading this trend up, then we'll look for this wave A here when it comes into play here. I mean, also too, don't forget too that we can have a larger low in here, as we've talked about on the daily chart here, of this wave 4 being in low here, being in play here as well. So, we may not get this. If that's the case, just why we're here, of course, then this wave 1 and 2 here and 3 up here, if I could just draw that over here, we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then we would have 5 waves in here for wave 3, which we're looking at now, and then wave 4 and wave 5 here. So if we have those 5 waves here of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, then we're going to have an A and a B and a C back, and then we're going to go up from there. So there's not a lot of difference between this and this. So I won't know until we've actually finished this C wave here. Okay, so moving over to the AEX, and just on the hourly chart, it's the same here as well. So from the low here, we're looking at an A and a B, or 1 and 2 here, and moving up into a nice strong third wave here. So wave 1 and 2 here, it's pretty clear here we've got wave 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here, and then in the 5th wave here we've got 1 and 2 and 3rd wave up here, 4th wave, and there'll be a 5th wave up here. Then it will pull back here. We were going to take the first high above the level, and you could do that. We're going to put that here, so you could do that, but I think you'll get trapped in that little space here. So it might be better to wait for this wave 4 pullback in here, back on the level here. I still want to keep the stop out of the way here on this one as well, yeah, let's just see how this rolls out here. I think we're pretty much on track here for having everything correct, so not really a problem there. And the FTSE, so with the FTSE here, just on the daily chart here, once again, we can look at this as a wave 2 pullback, or we can look at it in the triangle case here as well. And once again, it won't become clear until later on in the process, but with the move up here, we're on the right track. So 4-hour chart here first. So on the way up here, we're looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then up for 3 here. So we're not there yet. And then wave 4 here. And then we'll look at wave 5 here for either wave A or wave 1 here. But either way, we'll see some sort of corrective move pulling back here before moving up again here. So we'll stay long until this structure's finished. We will hold through wave 4 as well, and move up. So just on the hourly chart with this, so we've got our 1 and 2 here, long position here. We've moved our stop up. I need to shapen this up a little bit here, so just bear with me a second. Things move in the night, so we need to move that across. We need to move that here. That's, look, there might be one more little high in here, but this wave, the important thing is the managing the risk. So that wave 4 will pull back to that wave 4, so that can pull back into here, and then that can make a new high here. So we're still sort of shuffling along here a little bit up at the 7650 area through here. So look, there could be one more little high in here. I don't know, but otherwise we're going to get this as an A and a B and a C wave back into here, and then 5 waves up here, an A, a bounce off there, back down to here, and then up into 5 waves into here, something like that. So we'll just hold through all this here without making too much of it. But yeah, it should stick to that number 5 there for the due course. And of course, Italy. Where are we for Italy? On the daily chart here, we've got this as wave 3 up here, an A and a B, and all the way down here for a wave C or 4 here. So I'm assuming that we're in wave 1 moving up through here. This pattern here will have a lot of volume still live in here that has short trades in here and long trades. So normally when people got long trades in here and they hold down to here and then they come back up here, because it's caused them so much grief, they get out here, and that causes part of the selling to move off here. Other people know that the move up here will run into supply problems here anyway and drop back down as well. So there's reasons for this, and many reasons for this, and that's why it will occur here. So we'll see profit taking at the 22 here. But in the bigger picture here, if we get that as support here, then we're up where we'll be moving high from that point. Let's go in and have a look at this here. As you know, I've been counting the little move up here in 2 different ways. On the 4-hour chart here, this is the primary count for this. So wave 1 and 2 here, and then going up into wave 3 here. So looking at this as wave 1 here, and little ABC for 2 here, and then looking at this as wave 3 here. I may have made a mistake in there, and this could be the top of wave 3 as well, so I'll have to go back over and check that. But let me just clean this up a little bit here. So we're pretty much on track here for this. So it's got higher to go here. I'll just get that. We may even push up to the 22 here, I don't know, but looks like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in here. So it looks like we will go higher from here. How much higher will we go, I don't know, but it's about managing the risk. It's about where to put the stop is the important thing. So I don't particularly want to move the stop from here just yet. You can take part profit at the 22 if you like, but we should see some sort of correction here that, well, this, if I got a wave 4 here, no, we'll have to create one here, copy this. Wave 4 in Elliott normally breaks the trend line, okay, so the trend channel, so this trend channel 3, so we can expect that to be broken, and we'll be looking at an A wave, B wave and C wave in here, and we can also look at it coming back 38.2%. So if we grab this low here, let's just take it to the 22 to give us a starting point here, okay? So it may be higher, it may be lower. That brings us in around here, which is the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which will be about right. So we can expect it to come back there. So we don't want to lift our stop up under there and then get spiked out by this. you know. So, but there's no problems in taking some sort of profit here. I'll just save that. I'll just check on the hourly chart. I'll have to go back over and check this here. I mean, I can see we've got from this point 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from that point, and I can see we've got 1 here. The problem is that wave 3 there, or is that a running correction? So that wave 3 could certainly be up here, and that would put that in line with the other markets as well. The other interesting point here too is that the move from wave 4 down through to here, this block here is the 50 and the 61.8% mark here. So we figured it would move through it, and it is moving through it. So it removes that bearish count there. So we can pretty much move this now. That out of the way. We probably don't need that there either for the time being. We'll just move that, just make things a little bit clearer here. So that's all looking quite good there. So just on the 1 hour chart here. Oh no, let me just double check. Oh no, obviously. So yeah, no, I'm on the right track. That wave 4 dropped a little bit lower here, and then this wave 5 pushed up, so that's nice, that's all good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're pretty close there. I'll just put that out of the way there. And then, I mean, we could certainly have a top in here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So that's possible, but I've counted it differently, haven't I, in cases. So we've counted this here as 1 and 2 here. And mine's a bit sleepy, so 3 still up there. So come back here. Bring these into the fold. So it's just 2 different ways of counting this. So we're okay here at the moment. So this is 500 here. So we can expect corrections across here. So we'll allow that to push up into this space here, and we have to look for some type of correction here. Oops, I didn't want to copy that. I want to move it. Didn't want to copy that either. Sticky bit. So we're just going to stay long. I'm not going to use that one. We're going to bring that back into this space over here. So we'll wait for this to do its little correction here, because this is really the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then the correction, and then up from that point. There are variations on all of this. I mean, you can certainly go long here again, but you still need to keep the stop out of the way from this green wave 4, whatever you do. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Sorry to rabbit on so much. All good. Cheers.